To embed a Brevo sign-up form on your site, head into your Brevo dashboard. Click Marketing in the left sidebar. Open Forms. Select your form. Scroll down to the Share section and hit Embed. That immediately generates the code. Copy the entire snippet, then paste it into an HTML or embed block on the page where you want the form to appear. Save and publish. That's the whole process in about 30 seconds. The form is now live and collecting subscribers. I still want you to walk through every click with me, because I've seen too many people miss a small detail and then wonder why nothing shows up. I've been running Brevo forms on client sites for years, and I've genuinely felt that frustration when a tiny oversight, like not scrolling far enough to find the share step, derails an otherwise solid setup. So let's slow down and do this properly, with the exact paths, the settings I always double check, and the edge cases that don't hit you until you least expect them. First, log into your Brevo account. It sounds obvious, but I've personally wasted 10 minutes troubleshooting a form that wasn't appearing, only to realize I was signed into a test account, not the one tied to my actual domain. Check the top right corner and make sure you're in the correct account, especially if you manage multiple client profiles. The main dashboard loads with the left navigation bar. You'll see contacts, campaigns, automations, and more. Click the one labeled Marketing. It might already be expanded, but if not, click it to reveal the submenu. Right there, you'll see Forms. That's your destination. Once you're on the Forms page, Brevo lists every sign-up form you've created. Each one has a name, a status icon, and a last modified date. I always name my forms with a clear descriptive label like Homepage Newsletter Sign-up June 2025. Because when you have a dozen variations running across different landing pages, a generic untitled just wastes your time. Open the form you want to embed by clicking directly on it. The visual form editor loads, which is where you can drag fields, tweak design, and set up the confirmation message. Before you touch the embed code, take a moment to verify your form is truly ready. Look at every field. Is the submit button text what you want? Are you asking for first name when you actually only need an email? Do you have a privacy consent checkbox if that's legally required in your region? I once skipped that check on a German site, and we had to rework the whole integration late into the night because GDPR consent wasn't properly mapped. Save yourself that headache and confirm the form's fields and compliance settings right now. Now, inside the form editor, you won't immediately see the embed option. Look at the steps bar across the top, or, depending on your Brevo interface version, scroll all the way down the page. You're looking for the share section. It's often the final step, labeled share or publish. I'm going to be really specific here because I've seen the UI change over time. As of mid-2025, you scroll below the form preview and the customization options until you reach a block titled Share. There's a button that says something like Return to this step, or simply an embed option next to Direct Link and Social Share. Click that embed button. If you don't see it, you're probably still in the Design or Settings tab. Scroll down further. It's always lower than you think. The moment you click Embed, Brevo instantly generates a block of JavaScript. It's not an iframe unless you specifically switch to that option. The default is the modern JavaScript snippet, which loads the form asynchronously and won't block your page speed. That matters because I've worked on sites where the older iframe method caused layout shifts. Stick with the JavaScript code unless you have a very specific technical reason not to. Then, click the Copy button. That copies the entire snippet to your clipboard in one go. Don't manually highlight and copy it. I've seen people accidentally miss the opening script tag or the closing one, and then the form breaks silently. Use the dedicated copy button and trust that it grabs everything. Now switch over to your website editor. This could be a content management system like WordPress, a page builder like Elementor or Squarespace, or a raw HTML file. Where exactly you paste it matters. If you're on WordPress, you'll typically open the page or post, add a custom HTML block, and paste the code there. In Wix, you drag in the embed code box, paste it, and adjust the width. In Squarespace, use a code block. In Shopify, drop it into an HTML section within the page builder. In every case, you want to place the code inside the body area where you want the form to render. One detail I always check: set the container's width to something sensible, like 100% with a maximum of 600 pixels. The Brevo form is responsive by default, but if you jam it into a tiny sidebar, it can look cramped, so give it enough horizontal room. After pasting, save your changes and then publish or update the page. Don't just assume it'll work. Go to the actual live URL in a fresh browser, preferably a private or incognito window, so you see it as a first-time visitor would. You should see your sign-up form rendered right there. Now, test it. Fill out every field exactly like a real subscriber would, and use an email address you can check. Hit submit. The success message you configured inside Brevo should appear. Then head back to Brevo, go to Contacts in the main menu, and search for that test email. It should appear instantly or within a few seconds. I also check that the contact list assignment is correct, because inside the form builder under settings, you define which list new subscribers land in. If that's pointing to the wrong list, all your effort just pours contacts into a black hole. One more thing that trips people. If you later make changes to the form inside Brevo, say you add a new field or change the font, those updates happen automatically on the embedded form. You don't need to re-embed the code. The JavaScript loads the latest form configuration dynamically. That's a huge time saver, but also means if you accidentally delete a form, the embed code on your site will just display nothing. So, keep your form active, and don't delete it unless you've removed the code from your site too. I always verify the form on mobile right after desktop. The form is responsive, but if your site has custom CSS that affects input fields, you might see alignment issues. Open the page on your phone, tap the fields, and submit a second test entry. This catches most functional bugs. I also like to wait a few hours and then check that the test contact didn't trigger any unwanted automations, especially if your welcome email is set up. In Brevo, the moment a contact submits the form, they become active and can trigger any workflow you've connected to that list. So it's smart to glance at your automations and confirm the right series starts when you expect it to. From a lead generation perspective, where you place the form on the page matters a lot. I've seen conversion jump when I move the form above the fold, maybe just below a compelling headline. Don't bury it at the bottom of a long page unless you have a very clear visual cue that there's a form down there. Test different placements if you can, but for now, just get the embed working cleanly. That's it. You've now embedded a Brevo sign-up form, verified it works, tested on desktop and mobile, and confirmed the data is landing in the right contact list. This is the fastest way to grow your mailing list without sending visitors off your site. Once you've done this once, the whole process takes under 2 minutes. Bookmark your Brevo Forms page so you can quickly jump back in whenever you need to update the fields or create a new embedded form for a different campaign. If you hit any snags, the most common fix is just recopying the embed code and pasting it again. Sometimes a browser extension or a caching plugin silently strips out the script tag, so keep that as your first troubleshooting move. Go get those subscribers.